This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Get set for Game 2 of our Sunday doubleheader here at Dow Diamond in Midland, Michigan. Jane Taylor alongside Will Varmette, Fort Wayne's relief arm. You've been here across 4 different seasons here in Fort Wayne. What has made this place so special to you?
Man, I really just love this whole league. I think everybody packs out the stadium as well. A lot of fans. It's just a good time, a great environment to be in.
Friday, you earned your 3rd save here at the high A level with this group. You bounced around between a lot of different roles with this team, whether it was a 7th inning guy, a long reliever. Last season, you had to be a starter for about a month of time, and now you're pretty much the closer for this group overall in this bullpen. How have you been able to be so flexible?
I think I just have the same focus going in every time. It's, go and pound the strike zone, don't give up runs, essentially. So whatever, Johnny needs me to do, I'm ready to just go in there and compete and, try to put up some zeros.
Pretty fun day overall for the pitching staff on Friday. Just 2 overall base hits allowed. That's a really good lineup on the other side of these 2 dugouts. How good did it feel to slow them down?
Man, yeah, it did feel good because we put in a lot of preparation coming into this series. Obviously, they're in first place in the league, and we're trying to get some games back on them. So it was nice to be able to shut them down. And, Marias went out there and set the tone early, and I think it was easy for me and Falter to just piggyback that.
We talk about the different roles that you've been able to be across the last couple of seasons. Is there one that you preferred to be, whether that's a starter or a closer?
I kind of like relieving closing. I think it's a lot of fun. Feels like you're in more games, I guess, than starting. You start the, say, Wednesday game, and then you're just sitting there the rest of the week wondering what you should do. But when you're a reliever, you're in every single game. I like that.
Outside of just one performance last week up against Lake County, you have been really good across the last month or so. What has led to the success for you across this last month?
Yeah, I think it's just been pounding the strike zone. Obviously, I had that one bad outing. It's just falling behind, and guys were able to, hit me. So when I'm getting ahead, I feel pretty confident out there, and I was just ready to get back out there after that rough outing.
Jonathan Matthews, about a week and a half ago, really emphasized how good of a job you've been doing your throwing program across the last 2 months. What have you been emphasizing out there that's led to success on the field?
Yeah, it's just having a better focus out there every single day, not letting those throws be wasted reps, just trying to get good quality work, and I think that's really showed up on the field, so I'm happy about that.
You only made one performance here with Fort Wayne all the way back in 2023 when Jonathan Matthews was last the manager. Got some time to watch this team play in the playoffs. What do you think about that group made it so special, despite just limited time with the team, that can possibly carry over to this group to make the playoffs once again?
Yeah, I think it all leads back to, both of these teams this year and then that 23 team are clutch, if that makes sense. We don't necessarily blow teams out of the water usually, but we win a lot of close games, and we always fight back in the 7th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning. We had those couple wins last week that we just come back in the end, and I think that's a huge part of our success here.
Our Tin Caps reliever in Will Varmette. Jonathan Matthews, as well as Lamar King Jr. and Alex McCoy, talking to them this week, have all discussed how positive this group is in the dugout. You're nearly 100 games into this season. It can be a long year, especially into the dog days of summer. I don't think I've ever seen you without a smile on your face. How do you keep it so positive in the clubhouse?
Man, I think you just got to have fun with it. We're out here every day. You might as well enjoy it. Why would you, no need to be down on ourselves. If we lose a game, it happens. It's part of it. But we know we have the confidence to go back out there and compete and win the next day. So I think that's what's kept the vibes pretty good.
For you, as well as many other players across their minor league and hopefully big league careers, there's ups and downs. There's real high highs. Sometimes there's real low lows. How have you been able to keep a steady medium to be able to go back out there and compete every night, no matter what the previous result was?
Yeah, I think it's just a part of enjoying it, enjoying being here. I know, obviously, I've had rough nights, and to be able to come back out the next day is just, it's a blessing that I'm healthy enough to be out here. There's 1,000 worse things in the world that could be going on, so I'm just happy to be here.
Your route here to the program is a little bit different than most. You went to Wall State Community College. Can you talk a little bit about the process that you found yourself here to pro ball?
Yeah, so there's not as much resources there, I guess is one way to put it. So it's a little gritty, we grinded. had a fun time, worked really hard there, and was able to get a couple looks from pro scouts, and ended up throwing very well in front of them. So I got the opportunity to sign, and I was, it's a cool thing for me.
Kind of cool thing to see the two guys that closed things out on Friday between you and Nick Falter, both undrafted free agent guys from lower overall non-D1 type of schools. How do you feel the lower levels help you build that grind that you have to be able to kind of callous up when you get to pro ball?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I don't want to hate on like Division I or anything. Obviously, they still grind. It's still very hard work, but it is a little different coming from a D3, a JUCO. Like we don't eat very well. We don't stay in good hotels. Like our bus is packed. Our uniforms are terrible, but it's fun and it's a grind, and you learn to love it. And I think that is what really translates.
It feels like this team has kind of played into that grit and grind type of mentality. Winners of 6 of your last 7 going into the doubleheader today. How do you get 2 wins to round out this series and build some more momentum heading into the final month of the year?
Yeah, man. I think the big key is just keeping the foot on the gas pedal this first game. Obviously, we already got a 7-run lead, so I think being able to close that one out quick is going to be play a huge part in the second game, and I think that'll just give us great momentum into West Michigan.
Sounds good. Well, appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Starting lineup's first pitch. Coming up next for Game 2 to round out this series. Aaron Tin Caps on deck.
Podcasts by Federated Media.